Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here with another episode of the Salary Cap Report. Going to be going over the salary changes for Tuesday, April 29th, the final week of April, and the final week for round 2 of Salary Cap here in Season 6 of NBA 2K25, my team. First and foremost, I just want to say I just got back from my work trip, as I mentioned in the last MyTeam video that I uploaded, and I'm so grateful that I played the 10 salary cap games that I did in round 2, because booting up the game today and seeing that we are roughly 1,000 points away from that 2,500 point total that we're looking to hit in every round of salary cap feels really good. It's honestly a relief, because the amount of salary cap I played at the end of round 1 just to get to the 2,500 point mark was painful, to say the least. So really happy about that. I don't have a ton of time to play salary cap today because I just freed up now. I have a couple of other things I have to do before I head out for Knicks Pistons game 5, hoping the Knicks can clinch a playoff series at home for the first time since 1999. We'll have to see, but in an effort to get to my plans for that game on time, let's try to hopefully keep this salary cap episode under 20 minutes. And I don't think that's going to be all that hard to do, because originally I was planning on sharing my thoughts on all the content that 2K has dropped in my absence from playing this game. And there really hasn't been all that much at all, which isn't really surprising. And I've seen a number of people on YouTube put out videos or just, engage in discussion around whether or not this game mode is dead or not. And I may make another video talking about that. I just feel like, and I've been pretty adamant about this, I think at least for the last couple of years of my team, this game mode is no longer a game mode that you can just play for hours and hours and hours every single day, unless you either A, just love playing NBA 2K that much, which is totally fine if you fall into that bucket, or if you find a way to, be creative with this game. If you treat NBA 2K My Team like a sandbox and you're able to use your imagination to make the game mode more fun, then by all means, go crazy. Otherwise, I feel like the best way to approach this game is the way I try to approach this game, which is, do I log in every day to at least try to get the daily agenda done and just to log in to get my daily login? Yeah. Do I play the game much more than that? No, that's really all I did. Like on my work trip, I would, when I would get up in the morning, or when I would come back from the conference in the evening, I would just log in quickly, get my dailies done, 5 minutes in and out real quick. And then I wouldn't touch the game mode again because, I don't want to play on mobile. But even when I'm home, there really isn't all that much to do. Today, I'm going to grind out salary cap as best I can. And then I don't know if I'm going to be playing much more My Team until Friday, when we get our next Friday promo. So that's kind of my stance on it. If I, plan on making a more elaborate video, I'll let you guys know. But otherwise, that's really all I have. This is not a game mode that you can play every single day unless you fall into one of those categories that I mentioned. With that being said, let's talk about that last Friday content drop, because I wasn't here to cover it, and I do want to talk about a couple of players from the lower tiers of cards that came out who may be relevant to you guys for salary cap. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know this, and I haven't tried these players' jump shots, so if they are bad, I apologize. Again, I know I'm late to the game just because I was out of state. Delano Banton is obviously the big name card in these lower tiers between diamonds and pink diamonds, especially in terms of cards that you may want to bring into salary cap, because he is 6'8", and I believe he has a 6'10" wingspan. Now, we'll see what his jump shot is like, but I don't know if this is a card that I would necessarily want to bring in place of Dyson Daniels, whose jump shot I really do like, and I just know Dyson Daniels is a dog on defense. But we are going to try this card out a little bit today in salary cap just to see if we like him, because 6'8" and 95 speed is incredible. Defensively, he's not elite, but I would say he's still pretty good. I would have liked to have seen some of those defensive ratings in the 90s, but honestly, given how tall he is, I guess it makes sense to try to keep him somewhat balanced. I like that he has a decent badge count, and I really like that he has Hall of Fame Dimer. That's really nice, because I've been trying to prioritize that on my diamond point guards when I don't bring in Dyson Daniels. So Delano Banton, we are going to put him into our salary cap lineup. I've not looked at AJ Lawson or any of these other guys, but it does feel like a number of these cards are more offensive oriented. You know, we have Adam Bona, who's going to be more of a defensive guy, but if you look at the other 3 diamonds, AJ Lawson, Delano Banton, and Sam Hauser are all cards that are going to be primarily more useful on the offensive side of the ball than on defense. At the pink diamond tier, the only cards that I'm really interested in, I don't care about Ramon Sessions or Kevin Porter Jr. really, because again, pink diamonds, you're going to be bringing in these cards. They're going to be ranging between 5,000 and 8,000, and there's so many good pink diamond cards that I would personally rather bring in than the majority of these cards. But Thabo Sefolosha, I don't love his jumper, but he has one of those slow jump shots that for me, he's kind of like the shooting guard version of Dennis Rodman, where it's a slow jumper, but I can still green with it somewhat consistently because, you know, it's a slower jumper. So it forces me to only take shots with him when he's wide open, which is actually kind of good. Like, it forces my shot diet to be healthier than to just be trying to take leaners and, you know, contested jumpers with him. So it's not the worst thing in the world. And if you can make that work, if you look at his badges, Hall of Fame, Deadeye, Limitless, Pick Dodger, Immovable, and On Ball Menace. I mean, this card's got some incredible badges. Again, it's just going to be about that jump shot. Larry Nance Jr., I don't know why I thought he was taller than 6'8". This card kind of seems like a jack of all trades, master of none, which unfortunately that is how I feel about a number of power forwards who are small forward eligible in this game. Tim Hardaway Jr., who, you know, is in a Knicks uniform, but he's been hurting my Knicks in this series against the Detroit Pistons. I know a lot of people are talking about that no call foul that Josh Hart had, or maybe did not have, against him in the closing moments of Game 4. But regardless, Tim Hardaway Jr., this card, I've actually seen a lot of people hyping him up, so I may try to cop him today. I think all these pink diamonds are probably pretty cheap. In terms of the opals, the only one I'm really interested in is Miles Turner. I've seen a lot of people actually hyping up this card a good amount, so we'll see if we end up buying him. We are currently in the middle of the Super Pack market crash, I guess, right? It's currently a little past 2:00 p.m. Eastern, so those packs have now been out for 3 hours. And somewhat interesting, I think it's actually more hilarious and interesting. These packs, you can see here, each pack has a signature series event card. So 2K has not brought back the challenges, which I didn't think they were going to. I saw some people complaining about the challenges not coming back. I don't know what you think 2K is. Like, they're not going to put the event cards in packs and then also give us a free to play, no money spent way to go back to getting them when they clearly ended the event from a no money spent perspective last Friday. They still kept the exchange up, and I thought the only reason they would keep the exchange up would be to allow us to buy packs and then get more event cards that way, right? Because otherwise, why wouldn't they just make all of these exchanges end on Friday when the other exchanges ended, the ones for the shoe and takeover pack and the badge deluxe pack? It makes no sense. So yeah, I just wanted to comment on that. I think that's hilarious. I've seen some people up in arms about it. I feel like 2K kind of telegraphed that they were going to make super packs going forward include those signature series event cards. All right, with that said, let's briefly jump into the lineups right here. The one thing I noticed is that a lot of players have gone up in salary. Jonathan Bender is now 7,500, which is obnoxious. I'm not exactly sure how I want to go about this because I don't know how many pink diamonds I have that are currently at 5,000 salary, and I feel like the ones that are at 5,000 probably really aren't all that good. You know, like I have Gerald Green. I could bring back Gerald Green. I love Gerald Green. But I feel like at least as of right now, I'd like to try to, what's it called? Because I can't really bench anyone else. See, like right now with Dyson Daniels being at 2,500, if he was at 2,000, it would be easier to, what's it called? It would be easier to bring in a pink diamond at 5,000 salary. But just for right now, let's throw Delano Banton in here because I said I wanted to try him out. So Delano Banton can come in at that position. I think what I'll probably do, because I was going to try Nick Collison. Nick Collison is up to 6,300 salary, which is pretty annoying. For now, I think we'll bench Jonathan Bender, and I'm going to bring in Hakeem Warwick, and I should also now go over some of these salaries. Why don't I do that really quickly, just so I can show you guys what I mean. All these Dark Matter cards, for the most part, are up in salary. Magic Johnson, who used to be 10K, is up to 12,500, and every other Dark Matter in my collection, which I know there aren't all that many, but they are all up to 14,500. A lot of these Galaxy Opal cards that I have are up to 10K salary, including Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard had been sitting at 8K salary for a really long time. Jamal Crawford was kind of hoping he would drop to 8K so that maybe I could try him and DeAndre Jordan's duo together online, because offline they've been a blast to use. It feels like 6,300 is the magic number that 2K likes putting their pink diamonds at. I don't know where that number came from, but you can see, I would say more than 50% of my pink diamonds are at 6,300 or more. Now, interestingly enough, Antoine Walker is down to 5,000. I think I saw that to be the case on Saturday when I looked on my phone. And so that means that you can probably go back to running that 4 Dark Matter lineup if you want to, with the 2 dynamic duos from Bracket Busters. You know, you have the Derek Anderson and the Antoine Walker duo, and then you also have the Corey Brewer and Joakim Noah duo, which I am still currently running in a salary cap. At least I would like to continue running them in my salary cap lineup. But once again, you can see here the majority of these pink diamond cards are at 6,300 or above. One card that I might try to include, just because I saw he was down in salary to 5K, is Jeff Green. That could be a fun card to run potentially. I like his diamond card a lot. Khalil Ware still at 8K salary. Very annoying. And now we're at the diamond tier, and we have a number of cards that I think are pretty interesting. Sheldon Williams at 2,000 salary is great. Diamond Jeff Green 2,000 salary is really nice. It just feels like a lot of these center cards are decently pricey. Jack Sigma's been at 2,500 for a minute, which that is nice. Bruce Bowen may be a shooting guard card that I may bring back into the fold. We'll have to see. Same with James Posey, because I like his jump shot a lot. Dyson Daniels 2,500, as we commented on earlier, still a really good value for him. All of these Pantheon cards are going to be at roughly 500 salary above their lowest salary. So I think all the diamonds are 2,500. All the pink diamonds are 5,500. And then so on and so forth. Going through the rest of these diamonds here, really not a lot to comment on. This may be the week where I try Justice Winslow. Again, I do want to try not Adam Bona. I want to try Delano Banton for a game. But you know what, let me just show you guys, I guess, because while I will work on another lineup for Delano Banton, let me just see, because right now, if I were to, let's say I bench Hakeem Warwick and I bring in a card like Jeff Green, and I throw Jeff Green in, where's Jeff Green? He's power forward, right? Yeah. So if we throw Jeff Green in here, because we're 200 salary above, even if I bench Stephon Castle, that'll put me 100 salary over the cap, which really sucks. One thing also I noticed, and you guys may notice this too, I'm not going to go through all the Amethyst cards. A lot of the Amethyst center cards are at 1,500 salary, which is really annoying. And if they're not at 1,500, they're at 1,800 or 1,900 or 2,000 salary. So not a ton of Amethyst centers at 1,200. The one Amethyst center I want to check real quick is, okay, well, Kelly Olynyk, but I don't love Kelly Olynyk in this game. You can see Oso Iguodaro, Goga Bitadze, Kyle Filipowski are all decently pricey. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton at 1,200 salary, at least that's not terrible. But, you know, I think Quentin Post will hopefully drop back down to 1,200 salary soon. I love Quentin Post too much. You guys hear me gas him up every single time I play with that card. But if I wanted to run Jeff Green, just to say, you know, for an example, then I could easily bring in, where is he? Who did I just say I want to bring in at point guard? Oh my God, why am I blanking? Oh, Justice Winslow. I could easily do this. That'll give me 300 more salary to mess around. I could, you know, I could bring in another 1,500 salary Amethyst card. I'm not going to spend too much more time going over this just because I'm kind of up against the clock here. And then just to show you guys right here, I'm pretty sure that I could do something like this. Let's just for now bring in where is he? Derek Anderson is a 90 overall. So we can throw Derek Anderson in here. I can probably throw Antoine Walker in here. Look at that. We're exactly 100 salary below the limit, and we have a good amount of salary actually tied up into the bench. So if I were to bench you for a 200 salary point guard, and I were to bench you for a 200 salary small forward, now all of a sudden we're 1,200 salary below the limit, which is pretty nice. So that would allow me to upgrade a number of players on the bench. I could bring in a diamond or two if I really wanted to. Like, I like AC Law, but now I could very easily bring in, I could bring in maybe I'll run with this lineup, actually. We'll have to see. It may make sense for me to run with a lineup that has multiple dark matters if I can't find a lineup that'll work, or a group of players that'll work in my main lineup that I really like to run. Like, maybe I'll bench AC Law, and maybe this is the lineup that I'll run with Delano Banton. Maybe this is what makes the most sense. Of course, now I do this, and now it's 26-6. All right, well, you know what? Maybe I'll just do that, and just for argument's sake, I'll bring in, where is it? I'll bring in DeAndre Ayton. Then I have 200 more salary to mess around with, and I'll figure out where that has to go later. But just like as a rough example, these are two lineups that I think are pretty decent to run between this one and my other lineup. And in both lineups, we have at least 2 dark matters. I would probably prefer to run this lineup depending on how I like Justice Winslow, just because I love the way this bench plays for me, and I feel like this starting lineup could be absolutely nasty. We just gotta, tinker around with the lineup a little bit more. I didn't have as much time as I wanted before I started recording this video to mess around with the lineups. I wanted to quickly jump into a couple of packs, speaking of, why don't we, we can open up these 292 plus packs real quick, and then I saved my Pantheon exchange token for that 10 plus pack as we get a brand new diamond. Let me quickly make sure, am I recording? I'd be so sad if I was not. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, what is happening? All right, 1 second, guys. All right, well, I'm pretty sure we are recording. It's just really laggy, and I apologize for that. All right, well, hopefully you guys can still see this. Here we go. Just gonna open up this pack. Don't know why we have the little loading circle. Let me move that somewhere else. Put that down here. Oh my goodness, we are lagging so hard. Hello? All right, well, let's see if this comes back to life here. We got a diamond Tyrese Halliburton. All right. We'll give it a couple of seconds here. Don't know why that's misbehaving the way it is. All right, we might have disconnected from Bros Cindy for a second. I apologize. We're going to just keep this in there. Again, we have to kind of go a little bit more quick just because I'm kind of running up against the clock here. But looks like we're back. We get back-to-back brand new diamonds. That's fun. I'm pretty sure we're recording, and I don't want to risk having my my ghetto laptop combust. So we got Diamond Tyrese Halliburton. Our diamond shooting guard is JJ Redick. I think we're really close to getting that mic drop set completed. Okay, here we go. Last thing. To the exchange we go. All the way towards the end here. Let's get to, here we go, Pantheon 10-pack box. Let's see what happens. All right. Well, I think the best pull I've gotten out of any of these boxes has been a pink diamond. Would love to see us get a higher tier shake. I doubt we'll see that, but you never know. Here we go. Pack number 1. We get a diamond in the middle, so this has to be Sam Hauser. As we get, I think, is that a diamond prize ball or just a regular diamond ball? I think it's a prize ball. Eastern Conference should be a Celtic, 90 agility. Yep, I see green. So that is our final diamond card that we needed to get all the diamonds from the Pantheon set. Sam Hauser. Welcome to the squad, I guess. If the Knicks get past Detroit in round 1, I know Sam Hauser is going to have a game where he scores like an obscene amount of points. As we get back-to-back diamonds, can this be Delano Banton? No, it's another AJ Law who I already have on auctionable, I believe, which is annoying. We get a gold player right here. Gems of the game, Jet Howard. That's fun. 6 more packs here. No shake here. So we start off with 2 diamonds, and then we've gone cold on our next 2. Maybe our next 2 will have shakes. Let's see. Ooh, we get a pink diamond. Okay. So who do we want this to be? I mean, if it's not a point guard, I'll be somewhat happy. I guess I want Tim Hardaway or Thabo Sefolosha the most. So let's see who we get here. Eastern Conference, 94 free throw. This is probably a point guard is my guess. Oh, we get Timmy. We get Tim Hardaway Jr. Nice. I will gladly take Tim Hardaway Jr. because that is one of the players that I mentioned that I wanted to cop. So I will gladly take Timmy. No shake in this one. We get a gold player. We get New York Knicks legend Bojan Bogdanovic. 3 more packs. We get another shaker. Another pink diamond. That has to be a new one, right? So I guess we're hoping for Thabo Sefolosha the most. But I guess if we get Larry Nance, I won't be too bummed. I did get Tim Hardaway, so I guess I can't complain too much. Western Conference, we have a chance. 95 hustle. He's no purple. No, it's gonna be Larry Nance. That's not bad. So we get 2 of the 3 pink diamonds that I was cool with. I will gladly take Larry Nance and Tim Hardaway Jr. Final 3 packs here. No shake in this one. We get Jared Allen and Jalen Williams. 2 players from the 2 number 1 seeds. Can we see a shake or a player from the set? We get Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace played for the Cavs. Final pack of this 10-pack box. We get a shaker. Another pink diamond. So 3 pink diamonds and 2 diamonds. That's honestly really, really solid for a box. If this ends up being Thabo Sefolosha, all things considered, I could not have asked for a better box. I'm so sorry for the laggy action on the screen. This is definitely not Thabo. This is going to be a point guard. Is it Ramon Sessions? It looks like Ramon Sessions, right? Yes, it is. Ramon Sessions. I don't know how this card's going to play for us, but I can say I'm necessarily excited to use him. Can't complain about getting 3 pink diamonds and 2 diamonds in a box, though. Where do I want to put this one? Why is a Hall of Fame option pack here 2 and this one is 6? You know what? I don't really care about Hall of Fame badges. I think I'm just going to quick sell everything. It's going to save me time. 4250 MT. Gladly take that. I'll quick sell all that. All right, cool. We're almost at 2.5 million MT, which is not too bad. That's all I have for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.